everybody. How are you? Thank you for coming on early and getting situated and sending all these lovely messages. Let me put my glasses on so I can see who's here. We have a lovely guest today. India, my daughter, is going to help. She's going to do Ian's old job. So Ian's going to start and just kind of prompt her, and then she's going to read your questions because the feed goes so quickly and I want to be able to get as many questions answered as possible. So she's going to read them out to me. So please be respectful of her because this is her first time doing this. And she's helping me out on my birthday because it's my birthday. And I wanted so much to come on and say hello and bless you guys and thank you. And Ian, I don't have glasses. Do you have anything besides these industrial buggers? Oh yeah, I'm wearing those. I have a pair over there whenever you guys have a sec because I can just make out the names and I want to say hello to you guys. This is so exciting. I always plan to do this, but I really need either Ian or India's help to get the questions so I can just really channel and concentrate. So what happens is we can have, a tough time coordinating all of us together being able to do this. So today I was like, I preempted this and said, listen, on my birthday, I want to say hi to everybody and come on live. So let's see who's here. Oh, Christina Cook, hello. Oh my gosh, hello you guys. Vivian, hello. Quinn, Colleen, Madge, Terrell, Brooke, Gonzalez, thank you. Hello, Christina. Hello, Leanne. Hello, Dr. Rajan. How are you? Ladybug, hello. Saruchi, you're such a dream. Thank you so much. I love all your messages all the time. I look forward to them. Cynthia Glam, hello. Karen Stevens, Nubian Queen, hello. I haven't seen you guys live in so long. I think it's been like 6 weeks to 2 months. So I really missed this. I'm so excited, you guys. Yay. Roberta, hello. Mary, Madge, Marco, Priyanka, hello. You guys, I got to tell you, thank you so much for your comments. And, come over on Instagram and see me on Sparkrist11. That's where I'm really able to chat with everybody and go in the on the DMs and really, really connect with you guys too. Autism awareness, you are fantastic. I love you so much. Tracy, how are you guys? Yay, Catherine. Yay, Janidra, great name. Brittany, hello, everybody. Ayanda, yay, you guys. So
Bill wants to know, will he contact me and how does he feel about this difficult situation?
Are you practicing to see if people can hear you in?
No, that's what's
that's the first question. You want me to do an intro?
Okay, yeah. Really quickly, what I'm going to have to do is have Ian do a quick intro and tell you how super chats work in case that picks up because some people are curious. So he's just going to give you a quick rundown, and I'm going to get my cards ready right in front of me. Okay, go for it, Ian.
Okay, we just want to make people aware super chat is on, so you're welcome to write your questions. The Mel will pull a card and answer them in regular chat, but we do prioritize the super chat stuff. So right away, and also the super chat stuff does get prioritized by dollar amount, just like that. But you're welcome to write questions any way you want. And the other thing is, if questions don't get answered on camera today, which we try and answer as many as possible, she'll answer them. Here's what you do after the video is over: you put them on in the regular comment section, and she will answer them in text. But we'll try and get through as many, if not all, of the ones on camera. So I'm going to hand you over to my daughter, Indy, and she's going to ask the first question. We'll have a super chat from Saruchi. It's fantastic. And she's going to ask the question.
Cool. So, hello, Saruchi. So, Saruchi asks and says, happy birthday, Mel. Wishing you lifetime of abundance and blessings. Will I attend my dream school in Minnesota with full scholarship? And they also say, thank you. You're the best. You deserve the world. Love.
Oh, hi, Saruchi. So good to hear from you. So Indy Saruchi used to come. She comes to every live read, and she's wonderful. So let's see what's going on. We're going to pull this, that, and I'm going to pull one oracle card. Okay, dream school. Da-da-da, King of Wands, the answer of your passion. What's happening is that, like, this is saying you're in an elevated sense of self. It's like that extra intelligence gear in your head was kicking when it needed to be. You had passion and direction for what you were supposed to do. Then come the rewards with that because of the fact that you you focused on what you wanted. This is crazy. And this is your follow-up. Queen of Cups, you have the emotional balance, stability, and focus to do what you need to do and go in the direction you do, that it is all going to materialize. It's in the cards for you. You've got this. Part of it is, I feel like, and I remember from prior reads, you had focused intention towards that. And when we motivate in that direction by really putting, you know, our manifestation powers into it by saying, I feel this is already here and I have gratitude for it. And since you've been doing that, you came up kings and queens. When we have passion and focus for what we want, it arrives at our doorstep. And that's what's happening for you, Saruchi. So beautiful energy. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. Do write it down. Say, when I get to my school, I'm going to do A, B, and C. When I arrive on the doorstep of this university that chose me because I chose it, I'm going to do A, B, and C. And you just start to cement and live it already and have it in your energetic field and experience it, and then it just comes into the 3D for you. You've already done that, which is beautiful. Lovely, lovely energy.
So just so you know, the next question is from Michelle Pavo.
Hello,
she asks,
Michelle.
what do I need to know right now?
Okay, I'm going to go to these cards for that because I love these. These are the key meanings, and I love this. Some decks, when I get them, I don't even really need use of the books because somehow they just translate immediately into energy and channeling. So, Indy, can you just repeat that? Do you remember?
Of course. What do I need to know right now?
Okay. So, sacrifice, what can you let go of? So we're going to begin with that really quickly. Okay, so just say we have a chart in our head of so many things that demand our attention and focus, right? What is the most important thing that you want to accomplish right now? Have that be in sort of your headlights. Get everything else out of the way because it'll convolute and dilute what's important to you. Too much information. You ever wake up and you're like, I need to do this, that, and you inundate your brain and your system with too many to-do lists. This is saying, all this stuff doesn't demand your attention. Some of it can be sacrificed to the wind. It's all not necessary. And for you to get what you need to get, you need to release some things. Maybe some people or friends that take your attention but don't give back as much. Maybe not so many hours at work if you're not being economically or monetarily compensated for it. But more importantly, you have the serendipity card, which says merge with the flow. After you do this, you're in the flow of what you're looking for. And it's also because what we're seeking is also seeking us. That's why what is foremost in our mind is what we pay attention to, right? Can't wait to go to the beach and hear the waves. So what's the first thing you hear when you get to the beach? You hear those waves because you're seeking that. So serendipities are going to take place. You're going to see synchronistic numbers. I feel like yours are 1111s. I feel like 333s. And right now I was having a hard time swallowing. So I feel like if you have to express something to somebody, that it's time that you do. If somebody needs a boundary or somebody is trying to take advantage of you in some sense, you need to speak up and set those boundaries. Because I just felt like a little chokehold on me, which means you're restraining yourself from saying something to somebody or expressing what you really want, right? But now once you do that, you're literally pulling it in towards yourself and creating it. So beautiful. Yeah. Create a clean slate, focus on that one thing that's important, and more things will follow. Beautiful. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you for coming online. I'm so psyched when you guys are all here.
Woo-hoo. I also want us to thank Marina for the $5 donation. And for Priyanka, they say, happy birthday, Mel. Hope you're having an amazing day. My brother's been sick for the past month, and I just wanted to know if he was going to be okay.
Oh, Priyanka, hello. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, Hagen just came in our room yesterday, and he was saying he was having, it was like razors when he was swallowing. He just has once a year he gets that, and it's heart stopping, and it's sad to see people that we love in any kind of pain or distress. So I know, but I heard this thing once, and I'm hearing it, and I'll tell you about it in just 1 second. So yeah, review your thought processes, how you think of this. Now, the message I'm hearing is picture them in wellness. What happens is when we generate an energy towards another person and it's nervousness, fear for their condition, that exacerbates the problem. Like my ear is really ringing. But when we picture them in wellness, like review how they respond to us when we go in and we picture them in wellness and we're at ease and we smile and we're generating this healthy, good energy towards them. What happens is they start to feel better. They start to feel good. They start to they're connecting with your energy. That's saying, I picture you in wellness. I feel that, because you also have the vertigo card, which is saying whatever you choose will be correct. So whatever you're doing is going to be a calming influence. Mostly your thought processes of, will you feel better? I want you to feel better. You're going to feel better. Everything's going to connect in the way that we want. I feel like the biggest proponent when somebody is not feeling good is, don't dwell on it, and don't dwell on the negative or allow fear in, because your one overarching energy is King of Wands, saying you're going to feel an elevated sense of passion and power to connect to this and just picture this. And actually it manifests people's wellness. They do this in hospitals where, you know, they have the hand circle holding, and then everybody wishes wellness, and they picture this person in wellness, and it generates an atmosphere energy and like a kind of healing condition. So I definitely feel that, you know, he's going to be on the mend, but you need to picture that so you feel soothed and you feel better. It's so good to hear from you, Priyanka. Thank you for coming on. I'm so excited.
So Radical wants to know, will my current person of interest and I work out?
Okay. You know, all these people have so many new love interests and so many people coming into their lives. I wholeheartedly believe and hear over and over, more than anything, 2020 is like the age of Aquarius, the portal of love, because people have a new sense of awareness, so they know how to behave. And I want to just recommend, while I'm getting your 3 cards, that you go see Matthew Boggs over on BOGGS on YouTube. He's an absolute male reference point of a relationship expert, and he does hundreds of videos from the male perspective. So if you think something's off, he'll have a video on that and you can look it up. So I think so.
They also want to know, will they work out long term as well?
Okay.
So you know.
So you have the sun. So this is basically all the energies working for you, everything in conjunction with your compatibility being really great, the timing being great, the atmosphere being great, all of that. The wheel, again, when you have a healthy perspective, what happens in the newness of relationships is one of the first things that creep in is over self-evaluation, over self-criticality, where you think everything is wrong with you. You're so busy analyzing yourself that you're not looking at the beauty of everything because you're too nervous. So we have to release that. You know what I mean? They're not texting enough. Why aren't they texting me? It's the end of the night. Why aren't they saying, you know, good night? All of that second guessing. The thing is, we have to have our own life, our own hobbies, our own life, basically, and, you know, be a self-contained unit, because we can't pressurize them by having our happiness depend on how much they connect with us, how much they reassure us, how much they text us, right? So you have to have a kind of healthy overarching energy on that, and you have that with the Queen of Wands. You are passionate. They feel that. They love the connection. They feel healthy. And this is definitely long-term success, as long as, you know, with the wheel, that your perspective is healthy, that you don't have to have instant gratification or labels that say, we're here at this relationship, so we're now that, we're that, you know, when, all these little sort of labels that people like to place on it, because everything's at a really natural. The sun always says that that's an authentic, natural, beautiful connection. So you don't have to struggle. So many people just push, just relax into it, because this is 100% a beautiful, authentic connection on a really great level. So I see it working out long term, as long as you're not pushing or applying too much pressure, and you're just allowing it naturally. It looks very, very, looks super, super great in terms of everything. Compatibility, you know, your attitudes, your passion levels, everything. It looks very beautiful. Yeah, just like go with the flow and enjoy, because there's nothing greater than how we feel when, you know, that with that new love. It's very beautiful, right? So I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Okay, and
so Christina wants to know, when will I be with a love partner?
Hello, Christina. How are you? Thank you guys so much, everybody that's on here joining today. I love this. I'm going to pull one of these, and then I'm going to pull some of these and give them a good shuffle. So yeah, you guys, it's been so crazy. Like where I live in the continental US, it's Black Friday, and like everybody goes shopping because they get extreme deals. And today being my birthday, I was like, oh, I'll go out and go shopping. Then I was like, no, I remember having to work on those days and how frightening it was. It was like, no, it was over the top. Oh my gosh, right off the bat, the lovers. So let me get some time frames on this. I have 6, and I have at least double 6s. So 6 months. You have double 6s with this easy with the lovers card. Now I love this because 6s are a lovely, a balanced emotional state, and The lovers is about one of those things where you meet and there's compatibility and there's kind of that passion and there's that flirtation and all of that. But when you have double numbers, I always feel like that's very equal. That's equal in your emotional states, your passion towards each other. Because you know how some people feel like they're almost obsessed with you and you're like, they're okay. And it's different out of the starting gate. This is equal attraction. You guys just feeling it. Most likely some kind of soul connection, because when we have complete numbers, and I'm just saying the way that everything is aligned right now with the planets and Jupiter and Saturn, it's all about expansive energy and being able to see what you couldn't see before. See it in yourself, your beauty, your value, all of that. And then all of a sudden you radiate that. And then other people recognize that and they're attracted to it. You ever notice that? Like if there's one or two or three people, the more people that gather like at a window and there's window dressing, other people want to see what's going on, right? There is activity and excitement and it's energy that's generated about that. That's what's going to happen with you. You're going to have energy that's generated about you that is very alluring, and so people are going to be attracted to it. But when you meet this particular one, you both know right away it's equal attraction. It's lovely. The ebb and flow and the yin and yang is matched, so nobody is chasing why one is, you know, like, oh, I don't think so, I'm good, you know. It's like, hey, how are you? So yeah, beautiful. I love that for you. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on the live show.
You're getting a little backed up now,
Okay.
So just so you know, Simone asks, where will my new online business take me? I have gained a big following already and feel something big coming with this.
Okay, I am going to use these cards. Give them a really good shuffle. It's funny, I don't know if it's this particular deck or what happens, but it's like every once in a while I'll just keep pulling the same, I'll get the same three cards over and over, and I'm like, is that, so I changed my method of shuffling, but sometimes the messages are just very similar to people. So Phoenix, yeah, you know, I feel like every time that you feel like there's a little deterrent or you might have a doubt, it's going to, the flourish is even bigger. Phoenix is all about bigger and better each time around. And part of that is you gain this momentum and an energy behind it. And because you're giving it focus and you're allowing it to develop at the pace it needs to, it's actually taking on a life of its own, which is really steamrolling, you know, on fire, basically just going. The dragon, yeah, you're in charge. You pulled in this superior energy. All right, I was just watching, I'm just going to say this really briefly because I love this. I just watched Marissa Pierce, and she says, what are the one things that successful people always do? They speak well of themselves. They speak well of their gifts. Like I say, I know I'm an excellent orator. I know I'm an excellent speaker, publicly or otherwise. Words flow. That is my one gift. And coupled with channeling, that is my strength. So you know what your strengths are. You're speaking well of it, probably not only out in public, but to yourself. I have this gift. I can do this, right? Because who else is going to buoy you? And whatever we tell our brain listens to us and formulates a blueprint. I'm going to be successful at this. This comes with ease. I love this. And because you're doing this, that's what's getting the ball rolling. And you also have Lady Spring, which says, you know, it's abundance. It's always abundance. And you're keeping it. And what happens is you have gratitude for it. You see it, you appreciate, therefore you're bringing more. So it is just going to elevate from level to level. Remember to always be thankful, always express the gratitude. That's what's coming, because in your soul and in your heart, you believe you deserve this, and you do, and you have gratitude for it. So more is just going to come. That's how, you know, that's how manifestation works in the law of attraction, and you're using it beautifully. So gorgeous. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. So EXO says, hello, happy birthday. So it's also my ex's birthday, and I can't stop thinking of him. Why? Haven't spoken to him in years.
Probably because it's my birthday. No, you know what? This is coming. People are having like altered realities with this. Look at this Y. Yeah, exactly. You do have the Y card. And that's why, because you feel also because of this, you have the tribe card, and why at the time they were in your life, they were part of your soul tribe. They probably lifted you out of a funk. They probably brought you to a new level of understanding about who you were. They were there at a significant life point for you. Therefore, as your trajectory goes up and you expand and go out, you're pulling in life lessons. And he was obviously a part of this, you know, heartache, all of that, you know, learning to sacrifice, learning to love, all of that. But also, what is this one? I feel compelled to pull this. You probably started to accept yourself for who you are, what you have, flaws and all, when you were around him. And sometimes we get nostalgia for that person that made us feel good, made us feel like anything was possible. And we will go through things, but also he's probably thinking a lot about you. Therefore, that energy exchange, it's like millions of silver little threads that connect us when we think of somebody, and then it's like a sonar to us, so we start to think of them. And this is a growth process, and you're probably pulling in, your soulmate is probably on their way, and this is a way for you to just kind of get your bearings and release old patterns, habits, and learn new ways to love. So beautiful energy. Wow, I really like that.
So Radhika is also saying another happy birthday, and so Radhika also has another question. Oh no, Priyanka.
Oh, Priyanka, okay.
The previous guy I told you about didn't work out, but there's someone new, and I also wanted to know if this would work and if he was my soul connection.
Priyanka. So you have a new relationship. We're going to see. It's funny, Ian's helping India because the feed is fast.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, yeah, your new one, Ace. I always feel like, and because, look, and Queen of Swords, yeah, really, really, you got this. Okay, and here is something interesting. With the Ace of Cups, I always feel like anything that is in the major arcana I already feel like more divinely impacted. It has more energy, it has more oomph, it has more zhuzh to it. And because it is, coins, that's grounded energy, it's real energy, true. And it's about being authentic, as opposed to something that we imagine in our head. It's real, tangible energy. So, and the Queen of Swords is saying, when you really think, oftentimes our head, something will pop in and ask yourself, is this really true? When you start to doubt something, or you're going through a phase, I always say, is this really true? Am I exaggerating something? I have no proof of this, like when fears come in. But when you say, do I really feel this connection soul deep? Then you ask yourself that question. You can feel it. We really know intuitively, and it'll come to us through synchronicities. But I feel like this is a divinely guided match. When you have aces and or you have high priestess or Hierophant, it's divinely guided to you. So I feel like this has the energy and the connective resilience to be your soulmate. And remember, don't let doubt and fear come in, because it shadows some of that and makes us create blockages that don't belong there. So yeah, believe in it, and believe in yourself, and believe in simplifying. In relationships, we need to simplify, not complicate. So thank you, Priyanka. I'm excited you have new love. It's so exciting. Excited.
Angel Wings wanted to know, how will my soulmate look?
How will your soulmate look? Let me take a sip of this.
Oh, cute.
I know, it's so cute.
Oh, hydrated.
I know.
Ezra just came on too, by the way, with a
hi, Ezra.
a little later.
Oh, hi, Ezra. How are you? You guys, Ezra's one of my friends from England, and she's wonderful. And she has been here, I think, almost from the beginning. And I remember having chats with her when I first started. And, just one of those awesome, beautiful people that you root for in every way, shape, or form.
And she didn't have a reading. She just had a question. And the question was...
Wait, the one right now?
No, Ezra wanted to know, she just had a question, if you guys were meeting when you got to England.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to, and there's a couple other people that are over there that live close to Stonehenge, and I'm going to have announcements, and we're hopefully going to just all get together for tea. So definitely, that's all going to be happening. So Indy, was there another question? I was just pulling cards for...
Yeah, so Angel Wings wanted to know, how will my soulmate look?
Okay. So when I see this, I definitely feel there is a beachy vibe about this person. Right away, it was like it connected. I see dark, longer hair, wavy, lighter eyes, tall, sinewy, tan. I feel like this person lives a lot at the beach. I don't know what it is about the beach. I just see that, like, that K Sarah, man, like they are not agitated by things. Jake Ducey, kind of like him, if you want to look him up on YouTube, kind of like that beachy Hawaiian hair, very laid back, often shirtless, kind of Matthew McConaughey, like really laid back. I always feel like they were brought up probably along the shoreline, so they're very relaxed in life. They're very chill about stuff. Let me see what else. Let me have a peek at these. I always have so many cards Yeah, see, I was thinking that because of that ruler of the realm, that lion's mane. There's just something about the hair that keeps standing out of this more and more and more light brown with like highlighty hair. Tom seeing 6 foot, really, really like, I'm trying to think like just like Matthew McConaughey, not overbuilt, but just always out very naturally muscled due to just exercise and being out and running around. And again, but funny, like lanky mannerisms. I'm just seeing these movements over and over. So not too bad on that account. Thank you.
Ooh, so Janadra wanted to know, why are me and my ex-Sag connection so strong? Will it break soon? Does he really love me?
Okay, this is her ex, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so why is the connection so strong? Does he really?
Will it break soon? Yeah.
Okay.
Why are me and the ex-Sag connection so strong? Will it break soon?
Okay. Gotcha. And why I'm just shuffling and getting your cards, I want you to try this too. I always say, Archangel Michael, please release any ties that I have, any energetic ties with anybody. I picture them always as these silver type of threads like cobwebs. And then I picture Archangel Michael with a silver sword just slicing through them. And I just say, I release you. And I'll say that over and over to things because, doing readings for some people, especially if they're high anxiety, I can feel that energy. And sometimes if I feel agitated, that's what it is. So I ask for assistance in that, and he's wonderful with that. And then it just kind of it gets rid of the residual energy, that sometimes is distracting. So you have the Chariot. It's coming quickly. You're going to be able to release that quickly. Again, it's just a practice. It's a state of mind. We can train our mind to think on anything and concentrate on anything. So as soon as that comes in, we just say, I release that. I release that. And that's all you have to do. And Three of Wands, I feel like, what the heck is that? Oh yeah, my brain. I just got 2 messages at the same time. He absolutely did love you, and I love this. He's still thinking of you all the time. This between worlds. It's like he's existing in his present day, but he keeps going back to the connection as well. That's probably why you're intertwined and wrapped in this. What happens is it's an energetic exchange. It's like why 2 different people are thinking of each other, and someone messages someone and goes, "Oh, I was just thinking about you," right? Because he's also doing that. But again, it's going to be, it's also a sentimental time of year with the holidays coming up. People do that. So, Indy, was there a third portion to that about the connection? There was did he ever love her?
Yeah, does he love me?
Yeah.
Does he really love me?
Right. I answered that. He absolutely does.
So,
and then will the connection end soon of her thinking about him? Was there a third part?
No, that was everything.
Okay. Yeah, again, just remember this happens, it's hard to sever what was once a strong emotional bond and tie, but we can't get caught up in that revelry and that kind of that resonance of energy, because when things happen, we have to release that in order to move on to our next phase, our next love, our next footing, right? It's like we can't get up that mountain if we leave that 1 foot on the steep and we don't bring it up, right? We got to let it go so we can keep our climb. And sometimes it takes focus. Again, ask Archangel Michael to sever those ties. And just when that thought pops in, say, I haven't the time, and tell your brain that. Your brain listens to you. I have better things, new things to focus on, You got to arrange my thought patterns like a human.
So, Marlene wants to know, says happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's been amazing. Thank you so much for doing this on your birthday.
It's my pleasure, you guys. I was so excited.
And I feel like I'm bringing in some big things on the horizon. Any details?
Ooh, let's see. Let me use these for this. Okay, I'm gonna lay these out and then I'm gonna have my glasses because I love these little messages that are on this as well. So yeah, right now, releasing your fears, you're going to be releasing restrictive fears that stop you from elevating to your next thing. What you're going to say is, like usual, is this really true? Why am I even afraid of this? I really shouldn't be afraid of anything because fear begets more fear. Doubt begets more fear. All of that. It's all the same. Doubt, fear. Well, have you ever noticed, like, say you have an ache in your arm or a pain and you're like, oh my God, that hurts. Then all of a sudden you're just focused on that, right? But then you feel pain everywhere because that's what you're focused on. So when you know that you have the power to change your thought any second to focus on what's good, what you already have, what you have gratitude for, then it kind of clears a path. It's the little wins, you know what I mean? Some people are so used to trying to get to that finish line, but you're going to develop this new thought pattern where you realize how we speak to ourselves is how we align with our true life purpose and our path. When I wake up and I say, today's going to be a good day, I'm not going to push myself to an extreme. I'm doing the best I can. I'm reaching for the stars, but I am doing it one step at a time. I don't need other people to be participating, clapping, or evaluating what I'm doing. I'm doing it in accordance with my own kind of internal compass. And that's what you're doing it. And because you're doing it methodically, calmly focused, and you really don't care about a cheering crowd or a booing crowd, you don't care about likes, dislikes, or any of that, just how you're doing it. And you're going to be so proud of the method you're doing that it's like you're your own internal cheerleader going, I knew you could do this all along. Again, back to Marissa Peers, the most successful people say great things about themselves, to themselves and others. Not about everything, not like I'm great at everything, but everybody has one or two gifts. And when you speak of that positively to the public as well as to yourself, it resonates in your head and it gives you courage and it gives you confidence in yourself as well as other people. If you were a teacher, you wouldn't say, well, I'm kind of a shitty teacher. No, you wouldn't. You would say, I have the best curriculum. I have studied and seen what the students like, and you're enthusiastic and all of that, right? You talk yourself up, the situation up, and that's how it's going to come into being for you. So beautiful.
I love that. Brittany wants to know, is a soulmate coming my way?
Hi, Brittany. How are you? Let's see what is going on here. Let me use one of these and one of those. So we got a time flies. I feel like this is where you're going to lose track of time, that you're going to think, yeah, this is crazy. So there's going to be a fork in the road where you're given some choices. And I love this because time flies and fork in the road means all of a sudden you have some kind of destined interlude that is coming up. And because you know what it is, I feel like once it's identified, that's when it comes, because this was on the top of the archangel's love, that it's safe for you to love. And this also says, you know, open your heart. Once you open your heart, you decide that's what you're looking for, it starts to come in. So there's going to be a fork in the road that says, you know, where do you want to put your focus? Where you have a moment in your head, do you want to start to envision and pull your soulmate into the 3D? And once you decide you're going to do that and you use that envisionment process, you start the momentum and you actually start like galvanizing that energy towards what you want. Therefore, you're reading the synchronicities and the signs that guide you to them, because they're doing the same thing, right? It's like putting puzzle pieces. And if you have somebody starting on the edges and somebody starting in the center, it's like you're putting it all together, what you want, you're envisioning it, sense of humor, this, that, the other thing. So that's the fork in your road. You have to be decisive on where you're going to concentrate your time on. And that, like, this time flies. So all of a sudden it could seem like 6 months. Where are they? So start right now, because I do feel like they're coming. There's momentum for them. And it's, you know, it's definitely, you know, right on the dawn. It's like right on the horizon. I'm hearing that, you know, keep a lookout. That's what I'm hearing. Synchronicities. It's about being present and aware. It's the biggest part, right? You're not in the past. You're not going too far in the future. You're making eye contact with people. You're looking for synchronicities, and that's what's going to guide you to them. So beautiful. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm feeling like 4 or 5 months. It is not far away. So watch that time flies, because time gets away from us so quickly, right? I'm already 50 and I was only 30 yesterday. What the hell?
That's super true. You know how time goes.
I know. I'm gonna be toothless next week.
So the Empress says, hello, happy birthday.
Hello.
Will my twin flame Mike stop running soon and approach me for a relationship?
Okay, let's see what's going on with that. I am gonna pull from these. Yeah, you know, that's happening right now too. I feel like right before 2020, it's like a high-speed chase for so many people, and it's hard for people to make the connections right now with a lot of their twins. And a lot, some of it is like preconceived notions that it's going to be a difficult journey, so therefore sometimes the searcher, the chaser, feels like it's harder than it is. But sometimes we have to sit back and get in the receptive state as well. Yeah. So hold on. So with the opulence, it's time. I just want to make sure this says Yeah, it's time to lead. So this is saying you can take control of the situation by, well, you have to sit back and get in receivership mode, start to write down. That's what I always think is the most helpful for me to receive anything I want. Start writing how you would like this to shift and move towards you, because you can take control. Okay. Yeah. See, it's doable. It's all within your grasp. And I'm going to get a time frame too for you. I can't even make sure these don't all dump out. I don't like to use major arcanas in this. Okay, yeah. Okay, now this makes sense. Okay, so we have about a 3-month time period, because again, I was feeling 2020. I just kept seeing 2020 over my head. So it's right about after 2020. And this is a remarkable phase of a portal opening up where people just recognize their own inner power, their own innate abilities to manifest and create, pull in their souls, their twins, all of that through just, it's almost like an inner voice that calls out to them when you have that be your priority, your focus, but you have to remove all fear and doubt. You just say, I already know they're here. I have so much gratitude for them. Just come to me. And you create a restful energy, not a tempestuous voracious appetite for it, because they can sense that, hence they run. So it's like, I'm cool. I'm ready. I'm situated. Let's do this. And it's going to happen for you. And it's doable. And you are going to be in a more restful state. But right before 2020, you're not alone. So many people are a little restless because they're like, it's about time. They're feeling that time pressurized, but let it go. Because when we chase time, it runs away, right? You just got to say, I have all the time in the world, feel restful in that. Don't have lack mentality. Don't be panicked for time. And it's just going to arrive. I feel like, it's all going to be cohesive for you. I keep seeing that word, about 3 months, and that's nothing, right? In the scheme of things. So thank you.
So Catherine Combe wants to know, will my fiance be free soon?
Hi, Catherine. How are you? Thank you for coming and visiting me. I'm so excited, you guys. I try like every week. I'm like, I'm coming out. And you guys have heard me too, right? When I'm out in the outdoor reads, I'm like, I'm going live tonight, you guys. And then I get in, nobody's home to help me. The cats are going mental. I'm like, guess who's not going live tonight? I'm not going live tonight. And I get disappointed because I always like to do it when I think people are free. And I knew Black Friday, a lot of people had this off. And I know my beautiful internationals, you guys are 6 hours ahead over in England. So we were trying to do this all earlier. So, and can you just repeat this? This is pretty good.
I can totally do that. Will my fiance be free soon?
Oh yeah, look at this. You have heroine and knighthood. So you are, you're basically, you're pulling in that energy of, yeah, look, there's a time where everything was a little helter-skelter, I feel like, in his world. And he was a little pressurized in work or something. But now it's like, as the heroine, that means you take center stage. You are the object of focus and direction. And this is all indicative of someone coming forward, stepping up into the position you would like them to do. The heroine kind of leads the story, and temperance means much more balance. Every once in a while, life envelops us into this odyssey where we feel like we don't have control anymore, right? Especially if we have family members that are ill, mentally unwell. Anything can happen everywhere. That's where I have most of my clientele is like, somebody in my family is wigging out, somebody in my company is wigging out, and that's where our focus is for the moment. But now it's a lovely temperate atmosphere where he's able to be freed up. So this is very soon as well. Again, I definitely feel like 3 and 4 months. I feel like that's very indicative of the time frames where that's going to happen. Yeah, and again, we don't want to put pressure on them, and we don't want to be like breathing down the neck of time with them either, because some people don't operate well with that. If they feel there's ultimatums or we're condensing or trying to push, we're going to get pushed back. What happens when you chase something? It runs away, right? Every one of my cats, when I chase them to get them back in the house, they run away. If I sit down, they come to me. Okay, so that's the law of attraction as well. Good to go, Indy. Sorry, I just was having.
I'm just going to get that hydration.
I know.
So Anne says, happy birthday. I wish you lots of happiness.
Oh, thank you. I breathe.
I'm wondering where things are going with the person I have in mind. Also, where are things generally going in my love life? So they want to know where things are going with their person of interest, but
Ooh,
also
that's
just
just
in their love life in general.
Okay, so this just flipped out. I'm going to begin with the Two of Wands. That's looking out over to the immediate future. I love that usually it's somebody looking out over the water and then you see land. So they're actually making longer term plans with you, this person of interest right now. Like they're making plans. They're thinking about the holiday. They're thinking about gifts. They're thinking about that. So this already is going into the future if you want it to. And again, we have Nine of Pentacles, and that's about creating an abundant atmosphere with each other. And I like nines as in general as a number because it proceeds to 10, which is the culmination of a dream, the culmination, the highest aspect of something. So this person is investing time, future, and their emotional state sort of with you because they've already connected in that way. Whenever you have the two or three of wands, that's somebody thinking of you long term. And again, look, you have Queen of Wands, which is how they picture you. They picture you as this beautiful, passionate, elevated person. So, you know, your love life, this person is going to stick with you. So if your feelings are strong for them and you want this to be a cohesive, long term relationship, it'll go the distance because they are super, super attracted to you and reliable as well. So, you know, that I don't want to preempt any of that with disinformation about a further love life when this has the ability to be the one if you choose it to be, because they're all there for you. Yeah, definitely. Okay, and
Oh yeah.
that's really nice. I like when I hear that energy because you never know how non-committal people are half the time, right? They seem so flaky, but it's just that they're not trying to be insincere. They're just they don't have their confidence up enough to say that, you know,
Say
like
they actually feel.
yeah.
So Roberta's saying, I'm constantly getting repeat numbers and music synchronicities. I'll get that word.
Synchronicity.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just knowing, etc. I have been told several times in tarot readings that I am being guided for something big. Any ideas?
Ooh, let me see. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I feel like people that understand synchronicities and they see them, they're self-aware and they've slowed themselves down enough to be able to appreciate what they are, that they are actual energetic signs. Some people just think they're tweaking out or freaking out or imagining things, or they're just really good at catching numbers. Usually, especially the synchronistic numbers are like an angelic blueprint of them trying to guide you to something. And that's usually for, you know, indigo children, you know, star seeds, light workers. I feel like you're probably in the capacity. You probably have a very natural healing energy towards other, which means you would be an excellent proponent in the light working field and you'd be very healing for other people. Yeah, so you have the Lovers too. This is also saying too, you're going to be a huge magnet for attraction for love right now too. Like people are really going to be drawn to you again because of your healing energy. The one thing to be careful of is like a succubus or parasitic energy, because what happens is it's almost like a starving person. You look like a buffet to them, like, whoa, man, yeah, they're healing, they make me happy, they bring me up, but it can be depleting for you. So keep an eye out for that. But you're going to have like quite a few suitors. But I feel like what's happening with this, and you have the shooting star, is this is saying you can really be or do anything you want. When you have the shooting star, it's star energy. You have, you know, the propulsion behind you to be successful wherever you put your focus, because your powers of manifestation are awesome, as are with most people that see synchronicities, people that see the synergies, people that read the energy, and they feel that they usually have a healing capacity. They have a high learning curve for emotional intelligence situations, which guide them better than any other kind of intelligence, because they know what people are going to say, do, and feel. It's amazing. So that's part of it. I feel like you have light working in your future, and that's definitely why you're seeing all of this, because the angels will really pour it on. And when you're doing well, you'll have, today being my birthday, I had 2 crows as soon as I woke up, come by my back door so loud that I just blew the back door open, and I was like, hi, Mom, hi, Dad, because it was 2 crows. It was so loud. It stopped me in my tracks, and I was like, my son's there, so I didn't like, he doesn't like to see me getting all wigging out, and he's like, don't talk to birds, Mom. And I was like, you know, it was like one of those things where I just felt it, and it was electric, and it was amazing, and I knew they were there. And when we do that, we're plugged into everything at that point, right? And we understand that there's a way bigger picture, and that's what's coming for you more and more. Study esoteric, study energy, and you know, angels and things like that, and it'll help you to your benefit, because I do feel like you have light working capacities for sure. Okay, and
so Ellen of Wants says, I'm a Cancer, same, and he is a Capricorn. We have feelings for each other, but the connection is not much nowadays. It's not a question, but I imagine that they probably want to know if the connection will continue,
Right.
if they'll have that back again, if they'll spark up.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's funny. I have a Cancer who is indie in my life, and my husband is a Capricorn, and they have very dynamic energies because they're both highly intelligent. They're both, strongly opinionated, very, very smart signs. So you guys, you have that, but it can also be highly combustible because I feel like there's a last word, Lucy aspect to that. Like sometimes it's like one doesn't feel listened to, why one wants to be right, that sort of thing. Capricorn energy always kind of has that. It's very commanding. And yeah, see, we have the Nine of Swords and we have the Star. So I feel like you're the one in control here. When you have that, you can either have it be conflicted energy, or you can decide to just reside in the house of peace and release all that and let all that go and say, you know what, whatever is past is past. So everything can be resolved when we listen to the other person's perspective. I'll just give you an instance. Ian and India had to have a long chat last night and get a lot of things worked out and ironed out for our future and where we're going. We're going to England. We're doing all this stuff. And it was like, because they spent the time, the patience with each other, they resolved some things that needed to be said. And I thought, that's lovely. That's what this needs. You need patience, but you also have to listen. If somebody's just talking and just trying to be right, that's not going to solve anything. If somebody goes in with a preconceived idea that somebody else is thinking something, that's not listening. So I feel like with compassion, seeing it from the both sides, and empathy, that you're going to have a nice merging of ideas and understanding, and that you can reconcile any problem that you had, for sure. Yeah, really, really good open communication energy there. So beautiful. Yeah. Okay.
So, oh, that's so nice. Belinda.
I'll put on my glasses and see.
So Rena C's question. Karina has had many back issues for 3 months, and who wants to know, how do I heal? And when will I get back to myself?
Okay, so first I'm going to say, while I'm shuffling, one thing you need to do, because I had this issue, Ian and I were on a boat and I was slamming the waves, and I used to have to go get these crazy shots because I couldn't even sleep at night. One of the things that I did in a technique, I think something that is very helping as well, is Reiki and holistic approaches, because it is, at this point, and a lot of it is mental, because when you're dealing with pain, we can just focus on that and it makes it worse and it exacerbates it. So what I did was a much more holistic approach, was deep breathing through it and seeing just like white light go all the way down, and then releasing any of the pain, but also to picture yourself consistently in wellness. It's really important. Yeah, see, this is interesting. So this is just what I'm saying. So you have the Two of Swords. You have two choices here. You can live and dwell in that and have it be your main focus, or you can just have it be just something that's going on in your life, right? And you're picturing yourself in wellness, healing. We heal incredibly at a cellular level when we picture ourselves in wellness and strength, when we say out loud, because again, our brain believes us. I am healing every day. I'm healing at huge capacity. I feel good. My body is strong. My body repairs at a cellular level. Everything is coming along. I feel good. I feel robust. And then say the pain is dissipating. It's lightning. And just keep saying that, because again, our brain believes us, and do all these little things that are those beautiful kind of placebos for yourself mentally, because once your brain believes it, your body believes it. You ever say, I'm running out of time, I'm so stressed, everything gets tight and you get crazy and you get neck pain. And then when you say, all is well, I have all the time in the world. Same thing when I'm healing. I see myself in wellness. I also stretching. You want to stretch out that spine, deep breathing, stay away from any quick fixes, a heating pad. Heat and cold work really well on that too. I was constantly doing that too, like a heating pad to really calm it. And then when there was problems, I ice pack it up. But I feel that a lot of this power is going to reside in your mental ability to diminish it, because we can't just be focused on, what's bad, because then we'll focus more on that, right? So yeah.
Just a reminder for anybody coming in here, I just wanted to let everybody know that all the super chat questions will be answered. Mom's she's gonna try to get all the questions done today, hopefully on video. But if not, she will answer them in the next 48 hours, like over text, and they're gonna be answered by the denomination and then by the time. So don't worry, everyone's question is gonna get answered. It's all good.
I know. Let me just reiterate that for you guys that are new in terms of how I do that. You comment down below this actual video. Mel, I was on Super Chat. Here's my question. Because I have a list that comes out of my computer after, so I see all the Super Chats, but it saves me a lot of time and I don't have to go through the list. So you go and you comment under this video. It uploads, you know, shortly after I finish this. And then after it concludes, I sometimes just come on tonight and start to answer them, or by tomorrow at some point I will as well. So just by commenting below, I was in the Super Chat, here was my question. Or if it's something that's very pressing, because, you know, I definitely never want to make this about money. If you have a pressing question and you say, Mel, I was on your live feed last night, especially if you guys are on my Patreons, absolutely, you know, come on there. You're on my Instagram. I want to answer as much as I can. So if you have a question, just put it down there and I'm going to, I answer every single Super Chat. Absolutely. And then I try to get to the others. So you feel free as well if you have a pressing question, because, you know, I'm here for you guys. That's why I do this. So, okay. And
That's what I'm saying. Like, we got you, Warren. We
yeah.
got you, Quinn. We got you, Susie Q, Ezra Quinn, Mary, Marie. We got you. All right. So, I am Susie Q. If you're wondering. Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Time
thank
to share your day with others. Perhaps you have a message from Nella, from my daughter Jasmine.
Oh, let me see.
Perhaps you have a question from Nella for my daughter Jasmine.
Perhaps I have a question or an answer from a question that said, could you repeat that?
Message. Perhaps you have a message from Nella to my daughter Jasmine.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the Hierophant. So this is in the spiritual realm, the Hierophant. And because it is the Hierophant with the Queen of Cups, that this is a really peaceful state. This is a really restful environment. Everything is fine, and you know, there's no need for fear or loneliness or doubt or anything. That, you know, this, I just keep hearing this is bliss. This is bliss. This is almost like I'm picturing somebody, it's funny, you know, that is in another world, that isn't here anymore, but is like in a deprivation tank type of thing where everything is really quiet and peaceful, yet there's stuff going on around, but it's like that sense of calm where nothing touches you and nothing bothers you. You know, it's just that feeling of absolute peace. And that's kind of what's being relayed, absolute peace, and where you just feel like every fiber of your being is just tuned in to some kind of wavelength that is all peace, kind of like all knowing, all connected, you know, where it's like, yeah, just the flow. There's a flow of energy and information and calm and bliss. Like that's, yeah, it's definitely like deprivation tank, you know, like, you know, a totally different atmosphere that is like wonderful to be in. Yeah. Yeah, and that Hierophant, it's like one of those things, the key to everything. It's like when you get to that place, you have that key to everything, that knowing, that calm, that belief, that everything. So yeah, just blissful and informed and connected, you know, just kind of like this picture, like things are growing and yeah, beautiful. I like that.
That's beautiful.
Oh, it's so nice. Okay. Yeah, and I was like, try to read the feed, and I'm trying to shuffle these so they're like.
Ezra has a question.
Hi, Ezra.
So when should I expect a job opportunity in the next year, or think of moving from my current city or country? Will that mean the person I have in mind and I will go separate ways?
Okay.
That's kind of like a few questions.
Yeah, I already know what she's talking about.
You know the scene.
Yeah. Yeah, we almost speak on a daily basis. It's like I adore her, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I get, you know, and sometimes it's like our heart and our head don't always work in conjunction, because we're like, this makes sense to do that, but then when it flip-flops all over the place, and one day it seems like such a viable, awesome, fabulous thing, then next you can second guess, and again, it's about not, oh, look at this Magician. Oh, what does that say? The Magician and the Devil and the Eight of Wands. So I feel like 8 months. Yeah, I already feel like whenever I speak to you, feel the ball is already rolling in that. I feel like you have several eyes on you, and they're almost going to be battling for position to try to get you on their team, working for them, because they see your professionalism, they see your intelligence, they see, somebody who's a motivator. But not only that, I know personally that you carry this light and this energy within you. And you've even said before that some people are a little skeptical, like, why are you always happy? Why are you always smiling? And because that's your nature, and you're a healer, and you try to bring people up. The people that are unhappy try to denigrate that, and that's unfortunate. And when you're in high academics like you are, because she's absolutely brilliant, what happens is you get people in a competitiveness that's like unparalleled. I saw this at University of Virginia, and I mean, the PhDs that I lived with were all in nuclear and astrophysics, and these people were like, I was like, can we have a normal conversation? Because there was no social graces. There was all like competition for who's going to do this this paper, who's going to get this reward, who's going to get credit. And I didn't live my life like that. So this kind of atmosphere freaked me out. And it gets like that. But what's happening later in this 8-month process, what's happening now is people are going to be jockeying for your attention for this, and to have you be employed for them. People are going to want you to teach. People are going to want you all over the place. With the Magician and the Devil, I feel like, honestly, Ezra, it's like I feel like you're going to be in England somewhere. I've always felt that you're going to be around, an English university. I almost wish you could be teaching at Oxford. I would just come be your student for my whole life. But I do feel like England is part of your journey, at least for a time here. But we have to be careful. This devil, we know what this devil energy is. That's getting caught on a circuit. I really, really want this. Getting a little obsessive. I really, really want this. Like, wait a minute. I don't know if I want this. Oh, wait. Doubt. Then fearlessness. Then doubt. Then fearlessness. Extremes. And then also being caught up in a loop that is unhealthy in a dramatic mental state. And you know what that is. We all get into that, right? We have scenarios. It's the most romantic, awesome thing I've ever seen. And then, oh my God, it's holy hell. I'm never, ever addressing that issue or person again. It's the extremes of drama that we play out. But you can stop that with this Magician card, which I love, because the Magician trumps that by saying your intellect and logic will go, is this really true? What do I really feel? I really know this to be true. You read energy and you're emotionally intelligent. So you already know the facts for what they are. And I already feel like who you are and what you are, and the fact that, forget that you're just fabulous, gorgeous, intelligent, all of that. You can pull in whatever you want. You just have a lot of ducks that you're lining up right now. And as soon as those take place, you can be with whoever you want, however you want, for sure. Amen to that 100%. And
good energies.
Yeah, you're surrounded too by a lot of good entities, and your aura is super strong. So it's very compelling for some snuggins and lovin's.
So speaking of snuggins and lovin's, Quinn wants to know, where am I in my twin flame journey, and does he realize the connection?
That's a great question, because a lot of people assume because they feel it that the other person feels it, and or that person's on the way, or they're on the same page. And oftentimes it's a little more wobbly than that. But also the fact that I don't know how there's not a huge amount of men like that really all of a sudden that would make sense to them, that premise, you know what I mean? Okay, so we have Treasure Island, which I love. Page of Cups, yeah, they do. And you're actually going to start to see synchronicities. They are on the same page. And look at this. So you're in the cups. And then 7 of Cups. But they're distracted a little bit right now because they think they have so many options that they have to choose for in terms of future jobs and works and where they're going. They're figuring out a lot of what they really want to do, be, feel, and all of that. So there is that's why page energy is much slower than knight or king energy. So you'll start to see the synchronicities and the messages that are being sent through, but it's a slower moving energy, and you're going to get there and they're going to feel it. But again, 7 of Cups is always people being distracted by shiny things, by, castles in the sky and the what ifs, just really trying to prioritize their life. But when you do that, you know, you get monkey mind, right? Because you have the fear of missing out. Like, if I take this job, then am I missing out on that job? If I go with this person, am I going to miss this person? You know, it's like the castles in the sky popping bubbles. So it's like they're going to become more focused, and then, you know, and be able to send those messages. You'll be able to read them. They'll feel the connection. And then I feel like then it starts usually in the dreamscape where you actually have physical imagery to match up with that person, which is really cool. So definitely that's nice. I always love when I have Page, Knight, or King of Cups. That means a connection is made and that they're trying to reciprocate some of that energy. So beautiful. Definitely. Good deal. Okay, and
Good deals.
good deals.
So Marie says, I'm interested in my income and my non-existent love life.
She's like, abracadabra, I want to reach out and grab you. She's like, you know what I don't love? Being poor and lonely. That's not my favorite thing. I know. And it's weird because people...
and just so you know, she also wants to know if any of my family that has passed away have any messages for me.
Oh, that's so nice. So let me begin with that because I had a stall out in my mind there. So let's see.
Income and non-existent love life.
I know, I love that.
Messages from beyond.
These cards are... All right, let me get one of these. Messages. Does she have a cat? This person. Marie, do you have a cat? Maybe Winter.
Yes.
Okay, something about your cat they're talking about. They're glad you have a cat. Like, do you love and adore your cat, or what's going on? I'm just saying cat. Yeah, that it's a source of comfort to you, and they're so happy because of that. And that open your arms, Liberia, let love grow. Yeah. They're saying have confidence in yourself and your ability to be loved and to love other people. Have confidence in yourself and know your value and know your worth, and don't settle. That's their message. Don't settle. Don't ever think that okay is good. You know, nothing of mediocrity. They want you to be bowled over and be swept off your feet and feel special 100%, you know, that let love grow. It's like, just feel that, take your time with that and open your arms to life, open your arms to opportunities, meaning open your heart, your eyes, everything. Get aligned with who you are. Know that you're a beautiful, valuable human being, and that everything that you wish for is coming to you when you have the intention that it is your due, that you are worthy of this, that you have so much value, that, you know, speak well to yourself, and it's all going to come to you. Oh, that's really something about your cat, how they're so happy about your cat. Your kitty cat. So many of, like, it's funny. Like, people, if you just have a cat, they like assume you're a crazy cat lady. I wasn't a crazy cat lady until Indy came in with her cats, and then we had 2 more, and they had a baby, and then we had 5 all together. And when we open our front door and 4 cats run out, we look like insane. I know.
When, I live with the mailman for the mail boots.
I know.
It's like
And they all rush the door.
It's hard now.
Okay, so let's first talk about your non-existent love life. It is changing because you have the Wheel of Fortune, which means the perspective and what you wish for is coming up. You're juggling stuff, but then it's like all of a sudden, boom, right at the top where your perspective is. I deserve this love. It's coming in. Again, always think in the present moment and have gratitude for whether it's here or not. You act as if it's here now. I'll anticipate it. Feel what it's like to be around this person, have a conversation, experience a meal with them, all of that. And part of this, the reason you're able to bring this in is a temperate point of view. It is not a lack mentality. When. It's not an impatience. How come everybody else has this but not me, right? It's none of that pitting. It's saying, you know, all good things in good time. That beautiful temperate, I have the time, and I'm excited for this, and I can't wait for it, and I already feel its energy. And when we do that, it starts to manifest. And I feel like it's going to be quite soon, under 6 months too. This could be even, you know, yeah, under that time period, because what's happening is you're kind of just formulating what you want, but we do have to kind of be direct and have focus, because then we can just attract willy-nilly all this energy, right? It's almost like that thing where people have that quick dating and people say and do the weirdest things, like, it's almost like you're honing in on exactly what you want because the universe is trying to bring it to you in the right way. Let me check on your finances too. But yeah, I definitely feel like it's coming in. But I feel like we went through kind of like skeptical phase where you just thought men were kind of like, no way, like I can't even right now, I can't deal. And that sends a message in itself when we think like that, right? We expect like top-notch weirdos to come out of the woodwork, and that's what happens. You ever anticipate like you're going into work? Like I remember I used to be, this person's going to be an a-hole, this person's going to be dramatic, and that's what I saw because that's what I expected to see, right? But when you're like, people are going to be attracted to me and I'm excited. Yeah, see, King of Coins, your money situation is picking up because this is what this is about. It's saying as long as you don't have the Five of Wands where you don't feel like you're defensive or you don't feel like the world is against you financially or it's hard, you have to change your mindset about money. Money is not hard to acquire. It's an energy. So when we expect it to come to us, it starts to come to us. So you throw down your, I'm not conflicted with money. I have one mindset. Money is an energy and I deserve it and it's coming towards me and it's going to make my life abundant and I'm going to put it to good use, right? That sort of energy. And because of that, you do have an increase of funds. King of Coins, anything above page means quickly too. So very good. Good news. I love that a lot. Beautiful. Really nice energy.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So, Gabrielle wants to know, will we be together soon? What does our future look like? He is my soulmate. It's long distance at times due to his work. And I've known him for 3 years. Just some background.
I know Gabriella. I'm wondering if she's my Gabriella that used to always come on.
Gabrielle.
Oh, Gabrielle.
No.
I know. I'm gonna have to put my glass up. No, I had a Gabrielle that used to come on every live. Okay, so can you just repeat that?
Yes. Will we be together soon? What does our future look like? And just some. Do you want the background?
Sure.
Like, he is my soulmate. It's long distance at times due to his work, and I've known him for 3 years.
Ooh, I like this. Okay. So yeah, obviously it is. It's coming faster because look, first you have the Page of Cups, which means the connection, the love, all of that, that there's energy, there is focus and determination behind it with that. But then it gains this momentum of here's the passion. I really feel this. It's a priority. That's what I'm feeling now, that you are a priority with that. And especially with the Hierophant. So when you feel this, the Hierophant has the keys, and that means we have the keys to the connection. And usually that's through excellent listening skills. We really sometimes hear what we want to hear, but if we really listen to what's being said to us, the synchronicities, what people say to us, it's an entirely different story. And the Hierophant is always in that aspect of the truth. We're hearing the truth. We're not seeing some diluted version of something or some delusional version of like, oh, we always flip out usually to the egomaniacal side of something's wrong. They're trying to pull one over on me. They're cheating. They're this, they're that. They don't want me. That's the ego doing stuff. Where the Hierophant sees it for the truth. They're busy sometimes. They have their lives. They have stuff. But now you're turning into the priority right here, which is beautiful. So you don't have to worry about it because the energy is already moving in that. And it's part of it is too when we don't push so hard and we're not like, what's going on? What's going on? Breathing down the neck of time. Time doesn't like that. The universe doesn't like that because it cries of desperation and you not being happy with who you are, where you are in your life, or having appreciation, where this all says, I'm at ease with this, and then it just starts to all come together. You have the keys, you have this beautiful balance in there, and that he's now dedicated, which is really nice. So I love that beautiful energy. Very nice. Love it.
Love it all. So, Brooke Gonzalez wants to know, what gifts can I use to both help others and work?
All right. How are you, Brooke? Nice to ask. I love when people have that. People have so much on-tap capabilities and gifts that they don't know about. And I didn't really know about some of mine until I started doing this. And part of that was I used to be I still am at times, most impatient person. I wanted results right away. If Amazon doesn't have it on Prime, you can keep that low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? I get so mad. I'm like, 4 days? Are you crazy? And it's one of those immediate gratification things. And when we slow down and we realize we build skills till we hit some kind of expert level, and because if we set the bar high and we want to attain that, like I always wanted a mastery more on everything psychology based, because I feel like that's where so much all human behavior derives from. So when you study about the subconscious and you learn about that, and I feel like this message is meant for you. Yeah. It's time for you to lead. You have leadership capabilities. Part of this, I feel like you should have some studies of psychology, because you do kind of have some mastery over some events, because you do have high emotional intelligence. But what subconscious study will help you with to realize why people behave the way they do. And it's a simple premise that from the years 1 to 7, we are taught by a small group of people, our teachers and our parents. The problem with that is they are in a coach mode. So they're saying, don't touch that, don't do that, you're too small, you're too weak, that's dangerous. A lot of it is very negative and detrimental to our natural growth and feeling free, because they're trying to protect us. Yet that stays with us for our entire life. And that's 90% of what we act off. That's why people have fear and anxiety, because they were heard over and over. And I went to a ton of experts, because I wanted this reiterated a million times. It started, with Marissa Peers and some of those teachers in that school of thought. And because I always thought that, I thought, this thought doesn't belong to me. But I was lucky that I was never really told. I lived in Adventureland and Alice in Wonderland with my family. We got to do everything all the time. So I was never told, besides safety things, that I couldn't have or do or be something. But so many of my friends and people I know were. That's why I got into psychology, because I was like, why does this person think they can't have that or do that, even if they had a natural ability on a sports team? So that's what's going to happen. You're going to realize, whoa, I have the ability to change people's lives, my own lives. Something I think you need to do is detox old feelings of not being substantial enough for change, because you definitely are. And I feel like part of your thing is a leadership. I feel like you have this voice of reason, and also your power of suggestion is very strong, where you plant a seed in people and you let them know their capabilities, it starts to grow and they start to maneuver in that direction. Just by having one person say, of course you can. People they have these like dendrites, and they're little connectors in your brain. And when you exercise them through learning new things or whatever, people are so accustomed to people telling them they can't have things, that when one person speaks up and says, of course you can have that, this dendrite, which is a connector, goes to another part that says, well, if I can have this, then I can have that. If I can be successful and do what I want as a dream, then I can change my life, my socioeconomic situation. I can do whatever, and you can change anything. And I feel like your power, suggestion, and leadership capacities are going to help you do that for sure. Yeah, very strongly. I hear that for you. I'm like just touching my head, like, your brain is in there.
Your brain's up in there, So,
your gray matter.
oh yeah. So, Tiff versus Steph. Are me and my Pisces over for good this time? Will I see or hear from him again? And am I pregnant by him?
Right, that was like 3 parts. So are you?
Yes. Are you over for good? Will I see or hear from him again? And am I pregnant by him?
I think also I'm hearing that. So I'm not just like predictive here. I'm very prescriptive. So what I think you need to do as a responsible person is to go get an early pregnancy test, set your mind at ease, and have the answer with this, because with that you got the wheel. So that's saying that I almost feel like that's like a weird fear-driven conclusion. I don't think that is what's happening here. But again, you need to, as a responsible person, for your health, for your body, and for, any potential concerns, to alleviate that fear by just doing an early pregnancy test. I don't get that vibe though that you are. Ace of Swords, I feel like you guys can have a new beginning and a fresh start if you want. But there's some change. There is a change of thought, reasoning, and patterns that you've established that you need to change. And that's what this Ace is all about. That everybody can have a change and reconnect with anybody and do anything they want, but they have to change these habits. And again, like I was saying earlier, a lot of his subconscious habits, fear coming from the fear of lack of them leaving you. So jealousy, envy comes in, all of that stuff that's destructive in a relationship. You have to address that. You have to hone in on that. And you have to be honest with yourself. What did I do in this relationship? Because it's never one-sided. And if that person left you, you have to say, what did I do to sort of precipitate this? What was the last conversation about, and was it honest? Like, I felt like it's people that might be insecure, they then put too much onus on the other person to be their everything, and that's very hard on a relationship. But I also feel like 2 of Coins right now, this juggling, again, it's like everything is up in the air, and it really is the choice of how you choose to behave. If there's a much more relaxed atmosphere and you want to connect that way, and be honest across the board, because there can't be any delusional aspect to this, right? Like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong there. You know, I was a perfect angel. There's something in here that needs to be addressed for you guys to reconnect. But I do love the fact that you have the Ace of Swords, because that's saying you can try and have a new, fresh beginning if you choose. Definitely that can definitely be on the thing. And again, in terms of, is there a baby on the way? Go get your test today, so you're not wondering and you're not up in the air, and you're being responsible and healthy towards your own body. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, excellent. It's my birthday. I'm gonna have cake. And listen, Hagen brought me in a waffle this morning, and I could hear him going, I could hear him. He's making all these plans, and he brings me in his Halloween candy, which I truly appreciate. But then he brings me in a waffle with a candle, and that like made my day. And then Indy made me these little tarot cards, and I'll post them on Instagram after. Come see me over there after too. It's Spark Crystal 11. They're so cute, and they're like little things. Every once in a while, I'll write up my own definitions of things. And there's certain cards that I see differently and feel different energy for. And it was like, these were so cool. Thank you, Indy, for that. It was so sweet. And so let me know, what's the time frame? How long have we been here?
So it's 5:20 right now.
Okay, and what time we come on for? Okay, so you guys, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to do 10 more minutes, so it'll be 90 minutes, because what happens is I can feel when I'm having what's called a heat overload. It's like information. Through channeling everything else, my face starts to get hot, and then I start to get like a little burning right here, and I max out at about 90 minutes. I have some stuff right here. Plus, it's just one of those things where I feel like, at 90 minutes is going to be my max. So again, to reiterate, anybody who's on the super chat thing, we're going to prioritize, of course, the largest donations, because people are parting with their hard-earned money to be answered on air. And what I do is, anybody else who still has questions, and especially if they made a super chat donation, all you have to do is come under the feed after this is posted and put your comment. Mel, I was on super chat. Here is my question. And I'll answer it either tonight or tomorrow at some point for you. So every single super chat question that's been asked in donation will be answered, just not on air after 5:30, because I'm starting to lose my voice too. I can feel now. So again, nobody's going to be left out. And if you guys have a really important pressing question, that will be answered too. And I want to leave after 5:30, I'm going to just come on and just say hi, put on my glasses, see who's here, and just say hi to you guys too, because everything gets so fast and furious once the questions start, that I want to be able to say hello to you and just make a couple cool announcements of stuff I'm doing at Stonehenge. I'm going to England, so I have some crazy stuff going on. So okay, Andy, what do we got?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Natasha wants to know, should I stay in my current house or leave? And will my finances change soon? I owe a significant amount of back rent, and I keep trying to get ahead.
Okay. I hear you. I feel like where I live too, like we're almost right near New York, and it's ungodly expensive, and it's really cool. Okay.
Oh, there's a water. Water.
Oh, thanks, son. Yeah, so you are going through a shore of trials. I can feel that financial. So this too, I love this embrace oneness with the universe. When we're having this, we can't let it permeate every aspect of our life, because then we feel fearful. Guess what? When we focus on the lack of money, like obviously that's foremost in your mind. How am I going to pay these bills? How am I going to pay that? When we do this, it's a relentless kind of blockage, because we're saying we don't have enough. We don't have enough. Therefore, things don't flow beautifully and correctly to us, because where we put our focus on the most is what we create more of, right? So I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I don't have this. You have to change that and get in this flow of saying, I am abundant. This money is going to show up. And I've had money show up in the weirdest places, just in the nick so many times. And I feel like this is going to happen for you too, to not flip out. But what I'm going to do is just ask this deck right here if you should move. And I am not advocating that you ditch your rent to go elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? That we have to be responsible. Come to the edge. So this is saying, really sit down and make a list. I'm feeling this. Whenever I come to the edge, this is all kinds of things. What we want to take out of this equation is emotion. So you're going to write down 3 things: benefits of staying there, benefits of leaving, being an adult and eventually being able to pay what you pay. Because I think you're asking maybe if you might be booted out, but I don't feel like that's something that's going to happen. But being very responsible to pay that off in any way you can, have the, to know that you're reliable and let them know this, I'm trying my best, because people are very informative. So you write down three aspects that will help you by staying there. Is the rent too high? Are you in an area? Can you have a less expensive area to live in? Look at that pros and cons, 3 and 3, and what stands out the most to you, because the answers will come to you. Do you feel really comfortable in that environment? Does it provide you with a healthy, good energy? Or have you invoked a lot of fear and worry due to not being able to make that rent in that? Because things and places carry an energy, and if you've had a lot of fear, doubt, and anxiety because of money in this area, it might be good. I always cleanse with sage, because I get a little panic moment about stuff. I'm like, especially if Hagen's not feeling well, or we all have a lot on, it's like, then I just clean that area. But I feel that that it's going to come to you when you ground out. I feel that if the energy is good and you feel safe and calm there, you should remain there. Yet if you feel anxiety when you walk in the door, start to look for another place to do, because that energy can overwhelm you. Okay. So yeah, but I feel like, that you're turning a corner with this financial. I feel like things are going to come more in alignment with you, but you have to believe it, believe and feel it, feel wealth, say thanks for abundance, write it down, write down what amount you would love to see come to you a month. And don't be shy about it. Say, I would like to have $10,000 a month, and revenue streams, and really concentrate on abundance flowing to you. And anytime fear comes into your head, just say, I'm allocating the space for something more beneficial for my mental health. Thank you. Brain closed. I dismiss thoughts, otherwise we'll overwhelm ourselves. Shop's closed.
So this is a good one, especially because it has to do with tomorrow. So Lauren B, happy birthday, Mel.
Oh, thank you.
Full of extra love and light. I have a first date tomorrow. Will he show up? Getting vibes, he may not.
Oh, wow. I want to say this to right off the bat, why I'm shuffling. Oftentimes people, especially if this is a blind date, or what do you call those things where you go on an online date?
Well, like,
a dating site?
Yeah, like an online.
Yeah, if it's anything like that, what happens is people, they do have to reschedule just due to natural things. So don't read into that. Don't read into it. It's how they think I look, or, oh, they're not interested enough, or whatever. Really, real life crazy crap happens. It really does. And I've had this time again where then they waited and they had a second date and everything was fine. So never, hedge all your bets on that, of something being wrong with you when people have to reschedule. So strength. Oh, I feel like they're coming. Look at this. And they're going to dig you. You have the high priestess, strength, and the empress.
Oh, that's like major.
Oh, the emperor. So I feel like this is a super stand-up, elevated personality, very strong, witty, smart. They know what they're about. It's all the components of you guys hitting it off beautifully. Not only them showing up, but you feeling extraterrestrial, like you just feeling like natural. I would love for you, and please do this. Please go after this video, go see Matthew Boggs. Again, he is a male expert, relationship expert from the male perspective, and he has hundreds of videos, and he will give you all these clues and things where you can read this date like a blueprint. If he does A, B, and C, he's feeling this, and he's right on par. Because this is what sort of interests me, having 4 older brothers, why they would be so super happy 1 minute with one woman that seemed all right, and then one that seemed almost just like that one, they would be like, I don't care to see her. And I was like, what the hell? That's also what started my interest in the psychology of relationships. And Matthew Boggs always nails it on the head. And he'll say, if he's doing this, he's disinterested, change the conversation. First date advice that's spectacular. So please go see him after this. BOGGS, spectacular. Like nobody hits it on the head like he does. So go see him. But yeah, this looks beautiful. But really, to put you at ease and feel like you have your own little blueprint about what's what, go see him, because he's really undeniably one of the best experts out there. Okay.
Hell yeah. I also just think realizing where you start and and another person like starts, and just not realizing what's a projection of how like what you think he's thinking isn't what he's thinking. It's just what you're thinking he's thinking.
Exactly.
You gotta take that step back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a good question to end off, because it's 5:28. So just a reminder, all the super chat questions are gonna be answered within the next couple days. So all your needs and wants tonight all be fulfilled. You're all good. And also for all you calling me adorable, thank you. I am adorable.
She is adorbs. And she's going to come up on screen after she does this, because Ian puts this like Wizard of Oz thing up here because there's so much books and everything going on. So she's going to come say hello. I'll have her come say hello right after we do this last question. Last one. And again, like she just said, every single super chat's going to be answered. You just comment down below this video. Mel, I was on super chat. Here's my question. You know, within the next 24 hours, I answer it. And if you, you know, and I don't care whether, you know, if you have a pressing question and you came and joined us tonight, I will try my best to answer your super chat or not, because you guys took the time to come spend time with me. And I'm always saying I'm coming on to do super chat, and I'm coming on to do questions. I'm coming on live, and I never get to. So it's like, I just love interacting with you guys this closely, and it's so awesome. So yeah, definitely comment under this video. Mel, I was just wondering this, you know, and we'll figure some stuff out. Okay, so what's the next question?
So Janadra wants to know, do you see me having another baby and getting married in 2020 or 2021?
That's a great name. So many,
I love that.
yeah, I love that. So many people are just like, in the year 2525. We were listening to reggae this morning. There's this song, and I'm going to play it on Instagram. I'm going to have a dance off with it. I love it so much. It goes, it's nice to know ya. We're living in a one-night stand, meaning like their relationship is always like a one-night stand. Like they're always passionate and they're dancing. And then like everything is about ganja and happy and sunshine. I was just like jamming out all day. Ooh, look at this. Okay, let me pull one of these too. Okay, so this is beautiful. So you have Noah, which is everything's in perfect balance. So if you want to, you also have the moon energy, which is kind of like that beautiful, pervasive, female, feminine, productive energy. So if you want to, I definitely see that that's a possibility. What was the other thing about the child? So that's definitely a possibility.
Yes. Well,
do you have two, or does she already have two?
I don't know. Janadra, do you already have, I think Janadra already has children, but I don't know.
Do you have two? Dun, dun, dun. Janadra, do you have two babies out there? Because I have three, which means if you have two, I'm feeling like a third one is on the way. She has four?
Yeah.
Don't lose.
Four, yeah.
Don't lose this one, because then you're only gonna have three. No, so three. That's really odd.
I have four, two younger kids.
Oh, so but here's the thing.
Like 2 are younger, and then 2 are probably adults.
Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like the possibility, if you want that in a relationship, that option is yours, because with the moon energy, that beautiful feminine fertile energy, and you know, everything being in balance, that you can have what you want. So if you're feeling that and you want to add to your tribe, absolutely. Was there a love question too, Indy?
Yeah, Janadra actually had another question as well. Which one?
That's a nice family number. I know. I was always like, I saw this one time in the store, and she had like 6 kids, and they were all so polite and organized. I thought they were Mennonites or something, because I'm like, nobody behaves like this.
Do you see true love from me soon?
Ooh.
How does he look?
Okay. It's nice to know you. Once I hear that song, you guys, I'll play that song on Instagram. You will never get that tune out of your head, because it goes da 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 da, and it's like you feel like you're on the beach. So yeah, you do. There is. So let's see what's going on in terms of what they look like. And I'm seeing dark hair and green eyes. I just have to lay this out. I feel like they have something to do with books, like writing for sure. Older than you by you know, there's an age spread there over 5 years for sure. And double books. This is crazy. So you had the book, The Guardian of Books, and the Books of Destiny. He might be like a famous author. And again, you'll know right away, because you'll have the calling. This person, this is your last person. Yeah, this is your last person, like a soulmate. You'll feel the pull in, because you also have the heroine, where you're the heroine of their life story, and Guardian of Books, and the elder. They'll be a bit older, maybe between like 5 and 10 years. Again, tall, athletic, darker hair, dark eyes, probably like I'm picturing more African American, very athletic. Yeah, very beautiful. Look at that butterfly queen. Again, that makes me think if you want children, and you want that it's definitely, in the cards for you if you do. That's a thing of like, I always feel like it's like the fairy wishes making everything come true for you. But again, we coordinate and steer our own ship. So we can always have what we want. We just, you know, we just go about it honestly and ethically. We're not up to some dubious methods here, right? So I am loving that. Beautiful. Oh my God. So you guys, that is it for the readings, but I have my glasses on because I want to talk to you guys and say hi and have a couple announcements and then introduce you to Indy. So first, I just want to say that in February, I am going to Stonehenge, and this is like so exciting. Being on that ancient ground, I might just implode. You might just see blue hair and feathers. That's it. She's gone by. Indy's taken over Indigo Terra Odyssey. And it's like, it's going to be epic, and I'm so excited. So I have a couple places left, and how I'm going to operate this is we're taking the film equipment, me, my cards, and I'm doing individual reads right on the property with, hopefully I have the shot of the stones back there. You'll see them anyway, but hopefully they're in the whole reading. So you can email me and ask me. There's a couple places left. I'm so excited. It's so cool. And secondly, I just want to thank all my Patreons so much. And any of you guys that are on board here and the streams are going and I missed you, just pop on and say, hey, Mel, I was wondering about this. And of course, I'm going to answer you. And if you have any specifics you want my Patreons in your monthly reads, please send them to me. I mean, I've been sending you each individual energy reads because you're like, oh, it's all good. But if you ever have anything, like Christine Lawson always sends me her specifics, and I love to make it specific for you. And, to just give you my heartfelt gratitude and say thank you for helping support the channel. If you guys are unaware of what Patreon is, it's like my own private page where people, they have like a sponsorship where they donate anything from $1 to, it goes up to any amount you want, and different tiers have different things that, for reads, and you get early looks at videos, and then I'm going to be doing more tutorials, things like that. So come check that out too. And I want to thank you guys so much. And just you regular viewers, you're amazing. Thank you for your love and support, and you guys coming on and visiting me live and chatting. I love your energy, your comments. I go from like laughing my head off to just being so teary-eyed because I feel more and more connected with you guys so much. You guys are really, there's so much beauty and magic in you just because you believe in love. You believe in family. You believe in the goodness of others. You believe in healing and all of this stuff. And you're miraculous. And I love you so much for that. And the whole reason I began this is because I'm serious. I can't stand around at my counters at work and the places I work and talk to people about their energy because basically it takes too much time. But I can do that when I'm employed by myself. You know what I mean? Because I believe in the potential of everybody. And and like Marissa Pierce says, no, and I would love for you guys to go see her, PEERS. She deals with royals, rock stars, everybody. And her whole premise is once you know that you're a worthy human being, it's not a number. It's not a label. It's not anything. You just knowing I'm here. I'm a little flower on this earth, and I deserve my little plot of land, and I want to see other flowers. Then goodness comes into your life. You know your value. You don't let people mistreat you. You don't let people trample on you, and you get your just due as a beautiful human being. And you guys all understand that now, and it's so beautiful. So I want to introduce Indy. Indy, do you want to come over here? Look, here she is. This is my daughter, India. And
I was like, do I need my phone?
I know. And she's wonderful. And she is really into tarot. And she's a fantastic artist. She's amazing. She does everything from painting, sketching, clothes, and everything. And she's just a terrific human being. And I love her so much. And I'll post her funny tarot things. Like, they're really wonderful. So
cute.
Oh,
you look up all your stuff on the ground.
Just my glasses. So again, you guys, I want to thank you guys so much. Remember, come back after this feed is up and be like, Melanie. Melanie, I was on Super Chat tonight and I got a question. I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And Super Chats are all going to be answered. You guys, I love and adore you. You're amazing. And if I start reading all the sentimental things, everything, I'll start to cry. If you saw today's video, when I get to Ubuntu, I start to cry because I love that theory that in this village that they put the person who wronged the village or did something bad in the middle, and they all say what they love about this person. They all say why they believe in this person instead of punishing them. And I was like, well, I start crying in the video, and I'm like, I'm not on camera, but I'm like, I just feel it's such a sentimental, beautiful time of year. And you guys are amazing, and your love and support, I feel it 100,000%, and I adore and I love you guys. So thank you for spending time with me and Indy and Ian tonight. Thank you. Ian, who's in charge of this whole chicken show? I don't even know how to turn anything off.